Travis Wing Goodsell. Got the construction crew still working out front, even though they've expanded further west. And it's almost time for me to turn on the fan. I wanted to update you on the obtaining of Brigham Young's documents, sermons. Today was, or just now, I got 1862. So I'm on 1863. And I perused the topics regarding the last days. I haven't read them. I was just catching them as I'm copying and pasting. Similar to what I did for my neighbor who, as I digitized the conference talks for him, and made sure to get the controversial one in 1984, I believe. But Peggy Fletcher Stack, she was involved in breaking that news bombshell. Or at least the Salt Lake Tribune was. She may have referred to it. It's been a while since that one, but yeah, there's some troubling stuff I saw in glancing, and I know there will be bombshells whenever I get around to actually reading them and seeing what he was talking about. And there's some other disturbing stuff, but I'm here at June 21st, 1874. They purposely misfiled it in the Journal of Discourses in volume 18 as Discourse 30 after September 17th, 1876. 2 years. They did not put it with the 74s. Why? What's in the secret of happiness that is being kept from us? Yeah, I've already done the videos. This is where Brigham Young confesses to being responsible for polygamy and vindicates Joseph Smith of any association with it. It was all Brigham. He claims it was him. Went on his mission to England, him, where he gave them in England the wrong name of the church, for which he then used that name for his church as he fled the country and sex trafficked all the polygamous women. He is a member of the Danites. As such, they were secretly practicing polygamy under the nose of Joseph Smith, as they were making everybody sworn to secrecy, saying that they had permission from Joseph Smith to have sex with the wives and whoever else. And so when the murder occurred, Brigham Young took all the women and threatened them. You'll be left behind to die unless you come with me, get sex trafficked, because his whole purpose was to raise up an army. Like I said, there's some darker stuff that Brigham Young's talking about for the latter days. Came across him expanding the frontier. So yeah, it's disturbing that as I keep testing for confirmation, that I'm getting confirmation. Very disturbing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So how many hundreds of views do I have on thanks to Brad Wilcox? Again, guys, if he's not led by Joseph's Christ, which was Joseph, and is not Jesus, but he says it's Jesus, but it's not Jesus, because are we going to blame Jesus, idol God, for Brigham Young being racist, sexist, bigoted, and hateful of the poor? Or are we going to say that man is not inspired of God, and therefore is not the true leader of the church? He is not the successor of Joseph Smith. And then once you understand that, then you realize, oh, okay, neither was John Taylor. That's why the United States then shut down the church of Brigham Young and John Taylor the year John Taylor died, because it was a criminal organization. And so Woodruff, Snow, Fielding Smith Sr., and Heber J. Grant were all just people claiming authority they did not have, that the United States took away from them. So Heber J. Grant starts up the church again. But he can't use Brigham's church because the United States shut it down. Can't say, oh yeah, we're bringing back Brigham's church and all the activities of it, because the United States would say, And so they had to deceive the United States and say, oh, okay, we'll go Christian because we don't like Joseph's version of religion. And so Joseph became a myth, and the myth became literal history. And here we are today, as Brigham Young talked about. So yeah, it would be nice if the church didn't destroy me, and any time now I'm expecting the internet to be denied. The church has destroyed me, and I'm not sure about the living conditions yet. I notified the new property manager the other day about something that was potentially dangerous, and there was no mention of anything about rent. So until I am physically threatened, and the thing is that the church has already set it up in Utah. Utahns blame the homeless for their situation, and they use the white supremacist terms to say, oh, you need to pull yourselves up by your own bootstraps, get a job, get a better job, etc. Mormons treat the homeless horribly, and they don't understand, or they don't want to understand, that it's the church and the government of Utah that cause the homeless, and then they victim blame them. You know, it's sickening how awful Mormons are, and there's the man responsible.